The next step is making some kind of an artificial acoustic space where the dialogue itself can seemingly come from. So what I'll do is within the mixer track, command equals, call this mixer track up, and we can see our various dialogue tracks, the master fader, storm, which is the thunder, and my music. What we need to do is create a new track. It needs to be stereo. This time it will be an auxiliary input. Create. Just bring this auxiliary 1 over closer to the master fader so that we can start to group them, which is kind of how, well, not kind of, this is the way an analog and many digital mixing consoles are configured. You have your channels, then your group channels or faders, and then the master fader. I'll double click and name this Rev1, meaning reverb 1. This auxiliary channel is going to hold our effects. So up here I have the insert, choose multi-channel, reverb, and for convenience I'll just choose deverb because that's Pro Tools reverberation processor, which is installed by default. So this is my artificial reverberation processor. There are presets you can go for, you can choose, which is a good way to start, and the names are self-explanatory. So I'll just choose some large room so that will hold, so we can hear a direct impact to the dialogue. Now for this to work, we need to send from our particular channel, send to this processor. So for this to work, what we need to do, there are a few steps. Go to the input output, select the bus. So here you see that I have these buses already established. So I'm going to choose one, shift, click. So choose one of them, shift, click, remove or delete path. Okay, so there are no buses. Now what a bus is think about it like a virtual cable. A bus carries people. Well, within Pro Tools, the bus carries the audio signal, or allows us to connect from one area to another within the mixer. I'm going to make this a stereo bus, label it Rev1. You can always change the label later. So I've created that bus. I don't need to at this time, but I will create another bus, Rev2, if later I want to have a second effect processor. So these again are virtual cables. Think of them of a way, think of them as enabling you to make an audio source go from one channel or one area of the software into another. Within the input-output of Pro Tools, you can see the output. So that's the physical output of the audio will go physically out of the computer through output 1 and 2. Down here, the monitor path. The bus area again is where our virtual cables reside. Think of it that way. So for our auxiliary channel that was created, we have on the top here input, output within Pro Tools. Choose input, bus, Rev1. Hopefully you see the connection. So the input for this auxiliary channel, which is holding the deverb processor, input is Rev1. Now when I go back to my main window project, I want to send from the original dialogue here, open up the mixer, so you can see it's solid. I want to send from here, this is the send area. I'll use a bus, and you can see the Rev1 is colored yellow because it's been enabled. The end, one end has been connected, which is connected to Rev 1, which is the auxiliary channel. So choose that. This little window appears, which is the send. So no, this is the send level. So what a send is, it makes a copy of that particular channel. It makes a copy of this channel. We refer to that as post send, post fader send. I'll talk more about that later. And we can adjust the level of the send, how much is being sent out. Think of the virtual cable, the bus going from here connected to the input of the auxiliary. Okay, so it's making a copy of this dialog channel. You can decide on the level of the send that goes out. Virtual cable connects to the input of the auxiliary channel itself. If I solo the auxiliary channel now, I should be able to hear reverb. And I just adjust the level, increase it. Oh, I've overloaded, I've gone beyond 0. So be careful, never go beyond 0 decibels.